Principles of sports nutrition. Energy is elusive, it is life, it is health, it is everything about who and what we are, and understanding energy and how it's derived and utilized and balanced in relation to chi is fundamental to the preservation of health and wellness. More people complain about a lack of energy than anything else. Fatigue and low energy is one of the first symptoms of disease and degeneration and morbidity. No one is absolutely free and independent. What I mean is that we require air and food and water, and all of this represents potential energy. The distribution of the elements such as carbon and hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen, the consumption of macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, the consumption of micronutrients, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals, all add up to what we experience as energy. Energy is what drives our metabolism. Energy is what provides us with incentive and thought and motivation and action. So we are charged with the obligation to understand what we require from the outside world, from our environment, to maintain and manage our energy. There are several definitions of energy: the exertion of power, the capacity to do work. There are different types of energy: kinetic energy, potential energy, chemical energy, electrical energy. But ultimately, energy has to do with producing motion, to affect change, to overcome resistance. I think understanding the equation of energy, what Einstein came up with, E equals mc squared, energy equals mass times velocity squared. Take a look at that. Get on the internet and try and understand that, because energy eludes a concrete definition. The term implies a dynamic state, a condition of change, because the presence of energy is revealed only when a change takes place. And we now know that matter and energy are interchangeable. They're one and the same thing. You could say that the quality of our lives is relative to the quality of our energy experience. Think of automobile waste produced through the combustion of petroleum. That waste is equivalent to a certain amount of damage. If we can utilize energy and maximize it efficiently and burn it efficiently with very little waste, and that's going to generate ultimately less oxidation, less free radical activity, and ultimately less damage in our bodies. And this is a strange thing. We actually have to damage ourselves in the process of obtaining the energy that we require, because the system that is set up genetically, that has evolved over millennium, is not a perfect system. It absolutely does not yield zero exhaust. There's a damage component to it, and that damage equates to loss of function and form. Energy is critical to human motivation, and human motivation is what it's all about, because if you're not motivated to look after yourself, if you're not motivated to do the work of health, to prepare the food, to work out, to look after yourself, to practice hygiene, and in general, just do what has to be done. If you're not motivated to do that, then you are in trouble. And everyone is going to be in trouble who can't do it themselves, because health is something that nobody can do for you. You've got to do the work on your own, and you need to have energy. And that is why energy is so critical and important to understand.